Hello everyone, I'm Chester44 and welcome to this Let's Play of Tyranny. Last episode, we've done some more wandering through this particular massive maze of old walls, which has been interesting in its own ways, plus finding these murals up around here have also been interesting. Now, well, yeah, I'm going to continue exploring and seeing what I can find and all. I just realized there's something I can investigate over there. But first, let's take a look up here. Clear out everything we can, as I do, and see what can be done. Obviously, that's a trap. I like how very clearly visible the traps are. It's like, oh yeah, here's a trap. Very visible, and oh, we have another teleport too. Oh boy, and we're going to have some things. So, if we use Simo, nothing. Jadis. Oh, there we go. That burst him open.
That's fine. That's fine. Don't need that risk. You're afraid of death, worm.
Okay. I don't know what that actually did, if anything.
Too easy.
See that?
Thank you
I'm
for
not
that.
entirely
That's
useless.
yeah, just take care of the two wisps.
Anyone else want to tangle with this old man? Submit to me!
Okay. That was short and simple. Does Lazu do anything? It does not. So Jadis is the only one that actually did anything, and it didn't really seem to do much of anything. I'm also curious, can we open up this at all? Before we go in there, I want to see what's up here. Because I can. It's how I run. It's how I roll. Oh, incidentally, I realized something that I didn't before when I checked, what was it? Some achievement I got called Sleepless in 3 Battles. I realized shortly after that it's a pun on Sleepless in Seattle. It took me a while to notice, but okay, that is probably the only reason they made that achievement. Very clever developers. Okay, that goes to the Fractured Depths, so I guess we'll go down and see where it leads us. Does appear to be something up here that we can't get to. There must be another one somewhere, or something. Alright, go in here. Where does this take us? It's been almost a week since I've done this, so I see how I remember. And this just takes us back here. Okay. Well, let's see if we can open up this thing. Maybe we can.
Fascinating. It's like the sigil of reaching grasp for keystones. Clever trinket.
Very much so. At least we can take a look at what's up here. Another trap. There it is.
Interesting.
And more foes to defeat over there. What have we got in here? It's a bunch of loot that we can sell. Alright, more Bane to deal with.
Making friends.
Actually, a bad choice. Could have been better positioning. I'll take it. Ow. I would very much like some healing. Actually, you cast that way.
That one wrapped me hard.
Come on, finish that off. And then we can take care of these
that,
mages
right?
one mage, the other's not a mage. Point is, we'll be able to take care of him.
See that?
Thank you.
Just begun to fight.
Let's get some fire on. Get you some training practice in that.
This can't be happening.
Oh, the one guy ran out. Ran out of the way. Oh well, he's dead now. Alright.
On it.
I don't think there's any loot there. Let's see. Bunch of loot there. A gaunt, bewildered-looking woman stands precariously against the edge of the cracked platform. She rubs her bleary eyes impatiently and glances in varied directions with a befuddled expression. Where was I supposed to go? She turns rapidly in your direction. Hello? Do you know the way through here? Careful, that's a long drop. Yes, of course it is. I'm not some child about to tumble over with the breeze. She shuffles slightly as she speaks, brushing loose stone into the chasm below. I just need to find the way through, obviously. Are you lost? Clearly, I think. I came in from a teleporter nearby, but I can't remember the way forward. She points into the yawning chasm at her feet. I feel like I need to head downward. It somehow feels right. Her eyes shut tightly as she's engulfed by a massive yawn. Need to find my way down, and then I'm sure I'll be able to rest. Is that teleporter still working? Which teleporter? That teleporter? No, don't be silly. I took the stone that operates it, so how could it be on? And here I was worried that I had lost my mind. I need that keystone. She presses a small pouch close to her chest. But what if the way I need to go is back through that teleporter? I don't know the way down. It could be any direction. There are some stairs to the west. They may be what you're looking for. There are? Yes, that must be it. I need to head downward. Climbing certainly won't work. Thank you, stranger. I won't be needing this. Safeguard it for me. She reaches into a worn pouch and produces a keystone, dropping it into your hands. I'll just rest here a moment before moving on. I must be going. She stares blankly, saying nothing. So we have a new keystone. Ah, that works. This does lead to something. Oh, and we have a rune down there. And another chest here with another trap.
There, see that?
Unsurprising. What keystone did we get then, I wonder? Let me see. Can we see... Oh, it's just one of those. And here we have Sigil of Precise Action 5. It greatly increases accuracy, which I don't really care much about. Oh, this must be what the keystone is. Ah ha 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 ha. There we go. Alright, let's go down and see... Well, wait, I forgot to loot something? I forgot to loot something. Not really much of note. There are still so many places that we could go. Alright, let's take a look where this goes. Oh. Yeah, this is just... We have so many other paths that we can take, and yet... How do you open them? I mean, hell, we've got this one right here that we can't get to. Not really. Maybe I can open it? Let me see if I can get over there. This place really is a maze that is kind of complicated to figure out and get through. Caddis does nothing. Simo does nothing. Nope, all that is Lazu. The other ones don't open up. There must be a fourth key somewhere. Some fourth keystone that we can use to explore this place. Because there's so many other paths around here that we can't go through. there really
Sorry,
is
I can't.
over here? Why did you just stop there? Well, either way, let's keep looking. This takes us to here. We can go into Darkened Hollow again. Which I think just takes us out here. Yeah, that just takes us back to here. Hold on a second. Oh right, these didn't work. So many paths that we can't take. Oh! Can we do something about this one down here? Because, I mean, if we can find a way down there... Hey, that opens up that door. But that still doesn't tell us how we get down here. Ooh! This one! There we are. Okay, now we can go down here. Well, let's see what's down in here. A note. You discover this ancient parchment deep within the Bastard's Wound old walls, but cannot decipher the notation printed on it. A recruited researcher might help you determine its origins and meaning. Interesting. Anyway, we opened up another path down here. Oh, wait. Nothing. Nothing?
On the lookout.
Surprisingly, no. I thought that was a trap. Okay, as soon as we open this chest, there's gonna be Bane. Oh! Hello! We found another one of these. Another chronicle. Found another one! This should be enlightening. Lantry smiles victoriously as he hefts a weighty parchment tome. Festivities of the Tears, subtitle A Survey of Social Days. I don't know about you, but I'm excited already. Drafting of the field stories, some rather ribald marriage bed anecdotes, a study of regional variations in tidal retreat celebrations, and more tournament reports than one might ever wish to read. It's all very fascinating to a historian like me, but I'm sure this is of little interest to you. We can move on. Lantry taps at the cover of the tome, his face lost in thought. Considering the unusual details in the other chronicles, let's give this a close read. Yes, my thoughts exactly. Well, let's take a closer look, shall we? The old man scours the pages, his eyes darting about the texts with zeal. Some of these pages are missing, but not like I expected these would all be pristine. It's pages of Tearsman cultural studies. Doubt you'd find any of this intriguing. May I take a look? But of course. He hands you the heavy tome, and you begin to flip through the pages, your eyes scanning along page after page of flowing text, most of it in changing inks and handwriting styles. The tome is, as Lantry described, filled to the brim with stories of feats and festivals, including such details as guests in attendance and wine served. Each turn of the page reveals more and more notes on celebrations and festivals major and minor. Your head swims with the names and dates of countless past festivities until at last you arrive at the end cover, your eyes heavy from skimming uneven handwriting. Look carefully. Why are some of these pages made of relatively fresh parchment? Books need rebinding all the time, but multiple pages? Let me see. The old man scours the pages, his eyes darting about the texts with zeal. Festival of Narat? Since when was... Oh, since 419. Since 419? Well, why is this the first I'm hearing of this Tears-wide celebration? He flips through the remaining pages, his eyes rapidly scanning the text with a series of grimaces and grumbles. A festival to Narat 10 years before the conquest. Seems unlikely. Unlikely? Pardon my ardent speak, but it's fucking absurd. This isn't accurate. Why would someone... Lantry drops his hand into his palm, letting out a muted, raspy groan. I think the why is obvious. This creates a pretense that Tearsmen have been worshipping or loyal to the Archon of Secrets voluntarily before the war. Purpose? The only purpose the Chronicle serves is the retelling of it all. It is a cardinal sin of our craft to modify the telling regardless of purpose. Do you think it's ever acceptable to lie? Well, it seems obvious that Lexeme wanted me to find a record of the sages and Tearsmen accepting the chorus, and by extension, Kairos. There might be some truth to that. Lantry's gaze falls to the ground, and a soft sigh escapes his lips. I have a feeling there's even more errors hiding in these texts. He tucks the parchment into his bandolier with a sigh. But I can peruse these pages another time. No doubt there is still more to be found down here. Lead the way. Indeed. Where is it? We found Baskuswoon Farm, the Fractured Depths, and the Darkened Hollow. So there must be one in the abyss somewhere. Nothing more there to take. The chest. There we go. Knew that was coming. You know what? Get some more flames out. I like getting you some practice with these. That'll work. You can cast that spell. You can also cast it, I think.
See that? I'm not entirely useless.
Dervish is dead. Good. Now just finish off that malice. I gotta say, this set of gold walls has been very interesting. I'm very curious what else we can find down here.
Still got it.
Okay, there we go. Those being dealt with. And I think that's pretty much all we can get to right now here. There must be a way up here, but I think there's got to be a fourth stone somewhere that we need to find. I don't think we wanted to take that one. But if it takes us to the abyss, then that's where we need to go. Just get through the loading. It did take us to the abyss, so this is where we need to go, so all we have left to do is activate these three properly. There's got to be some mixture. Oh! That was surprisingly easy. Well, we can get to Reef Talon now. We haven't been to through the abyss thoroughly yet. Oh, wait, hold on. We might be able to open up this one before we actually go and find Reef Talon. That did something, but we can't actually open anything. Why do we have that color activated, but nothing happening? Doesn't make sense. And we can't get in there. Something doesn't seem right. Well, I guess we can continue up. Well, there's a sleepless. Alright, let's see what happens here. What? No, it was 4 days ago. 8? That's absurd. Arguing with a perceived interlocutor, or perhaps herself, the old sage mutters with her attention jumping from left hand to right as she banters. Then we should retrace our steps. As you approach, the sage turns toward you, her face a calm and tranquil smile. Oh, darling, having trouble sleeping too? It really is you. At first I didn't want to believe, but then Eyes wide with surprise, Lantry ambles forward, seemingly uncertain of what he's experiencing. That voice. Lexeme looks around, her glance darting in every direction but Lantry's. Mel, what happened to you? How long has it been? Your youth, where did it go? You're supposed to outlive me, not the other way round. No, not Mel. Lantry's eyes fall to the ground, his face awash in defeat. It's me, Lantry. Don't you remember? I assume she used to be more cogent and focused. Most certainly, yes. Sharper than any quill of mine, that's for sure. I thought I was supposed to be the absent-minded one. This is distressing, to say the least. The sage rubs her temple with a pained smile. Sorry, my mind feels all fog, no lightning. It's all in here, just tired of being tired. All I need is a little sleep, a little shut-eye, and it will all make sense. Step back, let Lantry talk to her. Lexeme, it's me, Lantry. He steps forward and reaches his hand out to touch Lexeme. Oh, it is you! The old woman's face slackens, her eyes blink as tears begin to form around her eyes. I thought you were just... She grabs her hand and presses it to her cheek. A delusion. I have so many of these days, and many of them are you. I thought you were dead. When the Fatebinder said a missive came in from a Sage L, I didn't believe it was you. Didn't want to tease myself with the hope. How did you escape? Who was with you? I have so many questions, but I really need to know how we get you out of here, how to make you better. How do you two know each other? I've known Lantry since, well, back when he had just a few gray hairs. I swear, it's like he was born at 70, but he still looks good, doesn't he? Doesn't look a day over 120. Thanks, I'd forgotten just how diligently you've chronicled my senescence. Lantry rolls his eye before turning to you. Lexeme and I studied together for a very long time. No need to be coy, we're old folks now, so it's our duty to make the young folk cringe a bit when they imagine us fucking. Lantry was my quill, I was his inkwell. We sure had fun in our days, didn't we? I can't deny, we were, familiar with each other's, Nice. You were right. All along you were right. We should have surrendered to Kairos. Lexeme wipes a tear from her eye and turns to address you. The sages defied Kairos against all good judgment. Lantry's only crime was trying to inflict reason on us, and I repaid him with hatred. I thought he was trying to destroy us, but I know now it was entirely the opposite. The things I said, I wish I could take them back. Sellout. Coward. I think at one point you called me a spineless viper, but considering a serpent is about 9/10 spine, I'm not sure what that insult was meant to express. I should have heard those invectives at my own sorry behavior. You were right, Lantry. You were right all along. Kairos is as inevitable as winter and spring. What did our defiance buy us other than ashes and sorrow? We are martyrs of nothing and to no one. So much useless death. We should have listened to you and surrendered to Kairos at the start of the war. Then let us not waste any more of the present weeping over the past. He runs a hand along Lexeme's cheek before looking back at you with a heavy smile. Fatebinder, we have other matters to discuss than two old sages, right? You seem unwell. Can I help? No, none can help. My insides have been fouled by magic, and I am denied the comfort of sleep. You would think having every hour of the day to spend would allow for such profit, but, alas, I seem to step in and out of the present, and I'm never fully at rest. I have fallen victim to the sleepless syndrome. A resident beast woman mystic healed me after a near-fatal fall. While I lived, her healing took its toll in the days and weeks to come. The physical injuries vanished, but a restlessness took its place, and nothing has been the same. I'm Jason Pendragon. I believe you contacted me regarding a legal matter. Legal matters? If you're asking about laws, you... Wait, that sounds familiar. Halting mid-thought, Lexeme shakes her head with a violent twitch. Did I... Jason Pendragon. Oh! Oh my, I had given up hope and almost forgotten I had even sent word. A look of recollection spreads across her face, and Lexeme examines you head to toe. Thank Kairos you found me. Apologies you should meet me now, when my mind is a fleeting shadow of what it once was. Fatebinder, my offer is a simple one. I will submit to your justice and confess to every crime of my school. In exchange, I ask that you preserve my writings. I have seen centuries of work burn away in hours. Please, let me save something, some small sliver. I will purchase it with my life. Why are these words so important? My peers and I have dedicated our lives to recording the unfolding of all things. I've compiled the accountings of nearly a dozen sages, each of whom put decades of effort into... The sage's eyes flutter as she catches herself focusing far away. Into journaling the rise and fall of realms and the passage of the seasons. If I were to help, what exactly would you want of me? I understand your caution. If these were truly offensive scripts that railed against Kairos, I would understand you being unwilling to assist in the preservation of such slander. I've read what I can of Kairos' laws, and I know that much of what we write speaks of how the Tiers was free of Kairos' grip. I know such histories are to be put to the torch, but I contend these writings will only bring glory to Kairos. Our histories show the Tiersmen growing in hubris, unable to see the doom of Kairos to the north. These are not heresies, they are studies in the foolishness of seeing oneself as equal to or greater than Kairos. These laws have a purpose. Children might read such things, feel that rebellion against Kairos is warranted and probable, and in doing so harm themselves and others. The chronicles we've kept detail a society that existed in the shadow of Kairos and ultimately fell after a long lull of complacent living. I contend that such a history speaks of Kairos' inevitability and the folly of the Tiersmen. How do I know I'm salvaging some journalism, not a bunch of coded messages for your peers? I would invite you to read these chronicles yourself. Look them over and decide for yourself if I'm up to something, but I assure you I wouldn't try something that underhanded. I'm not that stupid, and I'm not that smart. That line of reasoning could be used to defend any lie written by anyone conquered in the last 400 years. Sure, but we know so little of the other realms that have fallen to Kairos. Surely this war is different. It was the last step between Kairos having most of Taratus and having it all. Uniqueness alone should make what's been recorded all the more precious. You talk about these texts like they exist, so we can add smuggling from the burning library to your list of charges, I assume? True, I absconded with all the parchment I could carry shortly before the Edict of Fire came to pass. As I said, I do not deny my crimes. I'm asking for mercy for my texts, not mercy for me. So what is it you want from me? Swear by Kairos' name that you will gather and preserve my chronicles to the best of your ability. Do that, and I care not what you do with me. If our works are protected, you grant a measure of immortality to me and the other chroniclers. If my life can purchase that, I will happily pay that price. Explain exactly what you want of me before I make any promises. My request is that you gather and safeguard the chronicle fragments I've stashed here in the old walls. Once gathered, you do all that you can to make sure the texts are spared from destruction. I will help you, but I can't swear on Kairos' name. I do not take such things lightly. Those loyal to Kairos take such oaths quite seriously, am I not mistaken? I must have your assurance that the task will be done. So be it. I swear by Kairos to gather and preserve your chronicles. You honor us all, good Fatebinder. Lexeme bows deeply, dipping forward until her legs begin to stumble. Here, take this. The sage thrusts a crumpled parchment into your hands. Notes on where I left the remaining texts. My handwriting was difficult to parse even when I had my mind intact. It's gotten worse. I've used an old chronicler trick to conceal the stashes as ordinary rubble. The illusions will fade if another chronicler nears. She points to Lantry. Yours is an older specimen, but he'll suffice. Older specimen? But I popularized the rubble in plain sight trick. The nerve of this woman. If you need a hand translating, ask Lantry. He always had a knack for deciphering my scrawl. I have some other questions. Perhaps I can... help. Have you seen a beast woman named Reef Talon? That name... Yes, Reef Talon. She's lurking down here, same as I. You look like you've known the caress of sleep. Why then do you seek Reef Talon? Wagstaff can permanently solve the settlement's drinking water problem with Reef Talon's blood. I see. So it's no trivial killing, but murder with a pragmatic solution in mind. Of course. Well, I can tell you that she lurks these depths along with the sleepless she has created. The sage falls silent, rocking back and forth before returning to the present. Tell me, do you intend to harm Reef Talon? Only if she harms me. As someone who has been as harmed as one can be harmed by Reef Talon, I know she did not intentionally disfigure us. She is guilty of not knowing her strength of her fledgling magic, but ignorance is not maliciousness. Come, let me take you to her. Her lethargic motion becomes youthful exuberance as she springs into motion. I think this episode's going to go a little long. Oh, purple. She has another keystone that we need. Alright. Well, let's loot these. We've got an iron greatsword. And we've got some sort of dagger. Alright. And I'm going to end this episode here because it's gone on long enough. I think we did get something, though. These notes? She said we had some notes. Why did she not give us the notes? Well then, we'll need to speak with her again. Next episode, we will go and speak with Reef Talon. Till then, I'm Chester44, that is Jason Pendragon, Barrack, Lantry, and Ebb. This has been a Let's Play of Tyranny, and I shall see you all next time.